Hi, I'm Kevin Lawrence, and I'm a coach for CEOs and executives. And I want to talk a little bit about ADD and dyslexia with you today. In my work with really high-performing executives and leaders, particularly with entrepreneurs, I see a lot of people who have challenges with ADD and dyslexia. A lot. Interestingly, with a lot of the people that I work with, I find that even executives that will be in their 30s, 40s, and 50s may actually have ADD and not realized it. And many have dyslexia and have hidden it. And I've kind of learned through my work to actually ask questions up front to assess whether those things may be there, because they're usually very, very shy or kind of hesitant to mention it, because in society when you say, hey, I got ADD or I got dyslexia, people don't usually say, wow, that's awesome. And actually that's my goal. My goal is to get people to say, wow, that's awesome, I wish I had that, which isn't really quite the case today. So what I've noticed with working with clients of mine is that often the conversation shows up through their kids, because they'll be talking about one of their kids and the challenges that kid is having in school or with some area of their life, and that's where we end up talking about ADD and or dyslexia. And time after this conversation, dozens of times, a lot of the challenge is the parent getting their head around it so they can be helpful to their kids. And the most common scenario I see is, wow, my kid has ADD or my kid has dyslexia, and we got to do every single thing to get him through school so they can go to university. And my question is, why? If your child has a brain that's not naturally wired for books and reading and writing and that type of thing, why would you push them into an environment that's all about books and reading and writing? That's probably not what they're made for. That's probably not what they're intended for. Yet that often becomes a challenge because they feel, because of the way society is, that that's what we are all supposed to do. So classic example is one person I was working with. Their child is extremely gifted in the area of creativity and video production. I mean, incredibly creative, and even to the point where they've been offered opportunities with GoPro, which is a company that many of us know of. And they were trying to get them on a track to go to university. And I'm sort of saying, but why? So if I get back to the root of the challenge is, we have this built-in belief in our society that you go to school, you finish your schooling, and then you go to university, and then you get a great job. And that's true for some percentage of people, maybe half of people or 20 or 30%. But the people that I'm passionate about helping are these people who have gifted abilities in leadership and creativity and making crazy things happen in this world. And university and some types of formal education would kill their spirits because they would struggle. So I'm about getting the best education you can, but the bigger thing I'm passionate about is getting people to realize that if they are gifted with this thing called ADD or dyslexia, that there's probably a different path, and the quote conventional wisdom probably is going to crush your spirit. So you need to look at things a little differently if you want to find a way to take these gifted people and have them have a life where they can really make a difference in the world. And we need a lot of people to help make a difference in our world. So that's me, and I hope that you'll watch the rest of these videos and resources that we share over the next few months to try and create a movement about people getting to the point that when someone does share that they have ADD or dyslexia, people are like, wow, I wish I had that too.